Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. I couldn't really figure out what to do today, so I decided that I kind of wanted to go over, specifically, this is a guide video by the way, I don't know if I said that, but I'm going over tips for new players who are entering the game, possibly for some older players too. These could help. This is specifically if you're creating a new wizard, the steps you should take right in the beginning, and kind of how to shape your wizard so that he's set up for a really good and smooth journey through the rest of the world. Now, I have done videos like this in the past. I have done like tips and tricks for beginners, stuff like that. This is gonna probably overlap with that a bit, but include some new things I've learned. And basically, my main goal is to just kind of, you know, get it so that you're set up for having a fun time through at least Arc 1. So, you log into the game for the first time and you spawn in Merle Ambrose's office. He takes you to Unicorn Way. The first thing I instantly recommend is doing the side quests in Unicorn Way because they're decently short, but you know, they give a bit of XP for that level. Specifically, what I recommend is when you get the Defeat Skeletal Pirate quest, get I think what's her name, Olivia Dawnwillow or something. Get her quest because her quest gives it's to defeat a skeletal pirate, so it'll overlap as well. So you can get like 90 XP instead of 60 XP for that quest, or 30 XP, whatever it is. Also, you're gonna want to come over to Diego the Duel Master here, and he has a tutorial. Let me see, I probably still have, I don't know if I've ever done it on this wizard, or I think I've already done it, but basically that gives 150 XP, which is already a decent amount, and those two, doing those alone should make it so that you're level 5, like, before going into, Firecat Alley. If you're not already, you should already probably be close to level 5, and with those quests you'll be closer to level 6. So there's that, which is the first tip, is kind of look at side quests, do side, Jesus Christ, I'm in a full realm, help. Do side quests, find side quests that overlap with the main quest, and do those, because overlapping quests, side quests that have a goal with main quests is really effective way to get XP, and I tend to do that all the time while I'm questing, is find quests that overlap with the main quest, go from there, because it's really effective way to get XP, because you have to do like almost the same amount of battles for you know, double, triple the XP. One instance I can think of is in the Throne Room of Fire in Crocotopia. If you look at those 4 like private on the outskirts, their quests, 3 out of 4 of them give things that overlap with the main quest. So you can just accept those and then do the main quest and probably be done with the side quest as well by the time you're done with the main quest. And then you get Desert from Lieutenant Standish, and you'll be like 3 to 4k XP higher than you would have been otherwise, or more like 2 to 3k, which is really effective in Crocotopia. It's really good. Just keep an eye out for things like that. Look at side quests, especially ones that overlap, because it won't take extra time for you. The next thing is you're going to want to know where to farm. If you're a completely new player, you don't have a mount, so you do want to use the temporary mounts as you go on. You can also buy some more one-day mounts from Prospector Zeke over here. You can see they're pretty cheap. They're like actually extremely cheap. So at the very least, you can do that until you can get up to somewhere where mounts drop, and where mounts drop are from probably skeleton key bosses are going to be your best bet. You're definitely going to want to come to Raw in Crocotopia. If you don't know where that is, it's in the Crocotopian Library. You go past Zane, I believe you take like a right or something, and there's this hallway. At the very end of the hallway, you can beat Raw. He is a wooden key boss, I believe. So just find people with wooden keys, or go into a full realm and see if you can find people who have wooden keys, and beat Raw, because you know, he drops like 4 or 5 different mounts, which means your chance of getting a mount is a lot higher than if you beat if you are going after a boss that only drops 1 mount. So just come to the end of this hallway right here. You can probably actually press team up. Oh, you must have a wooden key in your backpack to use team up. So just get wooden keys. Wooden keys are easily dropped. Rattlebones drops them even. So if you want to farm Rattlebones, you can for wooden keys. And then just come here, and that is definitely a good way to get a mount at a very early level. You can get that at like level 10, right? Like level 11 if you want to. Which is pretty good because a lot of times you don't have a mount until later on, or if you buy crowns. And if you don't want to buy crowns, that's an extremely good way to do it. Some other tips. First off, you don't need to buy gear at the bazaar at level 5. Realistically, it doesn't even really give that many stat changes, so you don't really have to buy it until level 10. And even then, you don't really have to buy gear at level 10. There's been times where I've gone to level 20 before I buy any gear from the bazaar. But if you didn't know, you can buy gear from the bazaar right here. It's probably one of the more effective ways to get gear until farming gear is effective, which is at Zeus. So you're gonna come here, get your hat, right? You want to buy a hat, nice hat. Sort by usable, then click on level and click on school, and your school will come up right here. Again, I wouldn't recommend buying one until level 10, and when you do buy one, look for things that give damage or accuracy, probably. I mean, it depends on what school you're at, but you know, you definitely just want to look for things that give the higher amount of damage and the higher amount of secondary stats like power pip or accuracy. So there's that, but I think it's a little known fact that you can actually farm for certain crowns gear that is incredibly useful at an extremely low level. So if you come to Colossus Boulevard and you go to the end of it with my storms must have completed it, right? I don't know, it's just not pumping up. Prince Goblerton, which is at Hildreth Perch over here, he is a decently easy boss, like 600 health, balanced boss, so you shouldn't have any problems with him. I would recommend farming this guy specifically for an athame called Heartsteel. If you don't know what Heartsteel is, it's an athame that gives 5% resist. It's like the only resist athame in the entire game, and it's extremely useful. I've had wizards use it up to like level 30, 40, even beyond that. Usually it's useful until the amount of health and mana an athame gives and the power pip chance outweighs the resist, which is probably around 40 to 50. Once athames start giving a decent amount of power pip, you're probably going to want to switch over. But again, this athame will be useful to you throughout all of Arc 1, if anything, right? Which is why it's extremely useful. I didn't get anything from that fight, but I wouldn't recommend. Oh, I have one free chest. Let me look at it. Nope, didn't get anything. All right. But this guy, he definitely drops it. It's incredibly useful. I would recommend farming for it. And it's probably one of the most useful items in the early game that you can get. Beyond that, I only have one last really thing for beginners in this game, and that is to come to Pet Pavilion and definitely get a good pet as early as possible. They give you a pet really early in a tower. You probably want to get rid of that as soon as possible. You're going to want to train that up to adult or wait until a quest get it to adult. and then save up as much gold as possible and come over here and hatch in the hatching kiosk. It's going to be a lot of gold. You're probably gonna have to wait until later on, but if you're doing things like farming Mount Olympus at level 30, you're probably going to get up to that gold by then anyway, specifically because the gear from there sells for a lot, or you can feed it to your pet for a lot. So I would recommend doing that, getting enough, searching by talent, and getting dealer for whatever school, so I'm Storm, and then getting I would probably recommend Giver, but if you're a life, ice, death, even a myth, you're probably going to want to go for spellproof instead. So just come over here. I do have hatching guides and pet guides. I have a lot of guides on my channel if you want to look at them, but you definitely want to get a pet as soon as possible, and you want to get a good one. So that's really it for this video. It's again, this is just a guide for beginners. If you're just starting the game, all of these tips will go a long way. If you get a good pet, even a pet that just gives a bit of damage is better than a pet that has no damage. And that's why I'd recommend, if not doing the hatching kiosk, finding people to hatch with you and then getting them to lend their pet to you. That's probably one of the best ideas. A pet will go throughout the entire game for you and will be incredibly useful. Like this pet right here, incredibly useful for my Storm. It's not even that good of a pet, but it's still really good, right? It still gives me a lot of damage, a lot of crit, and you know, that's pretty useful. So that's basically it for this video. If you're a beginner, or if you're newer to Wizard101, I hope you learned something here and I gave you something to do. Please leave in the comments below if you made it this far. Leave in the comments below any recommendations for video ideas you have for me. It's not because I'm completely drained on video ideas. I'm not going to say that's what it is. That could be what it is. I'm not saying it directly though. I'm just saying that if you guys have something you'd want to see, I would prefer to do that over something that my brain creates at like 3 in the morning. So yeah, that's it. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for all the subs recently. I hit 500, which is amazing, fantastic. I didn't even expect to make it this far. So I guess we'll shoot for like 1,000, right? I will make it at some point. I'm not gonna push subs at the beginning of videos like others do. That's just not me. So yeah, have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.